Hey guys, in this video, let us talk about the communication between microservices. The communication can be synchronous or asynchronous. In case of synchronous communication, when service A sends a request to service B has to return the response immediately. Now, we will learn about synchronous communication. Already we have created the service registry and one microservice, that is product service. Now let us create one other service, cart service, which will make a synchronous communication to product service. That is, it will send the request to product service. The product service will send the response immediately to cart service. I'll move on to STS. Let us create a new application by using Spring Starter project. The application name is spring.productapp.cart. Package ID and group ID is com.cartapp. Click Next. We need the same dependencies just like the previous application. Discovery Client, Web, Lombok. Let us also add the DevTools. Spring Boot DevTools. Click Finish. The purpose of DevTools is whenever you are doing some modification, you don't have to relaunch the application again and again. Instead, it will be automatically done by the DevTools. Now the application is ready. Let me open the main class. The main class should be annotated with @enable Eureka client. Now, this cart service is going to communicate to product service. In product service, we have the domain model as product. So, you need to have a similar class in cart service also. Let me first copy that package and add it over here. So, I am having a replica of product in cart service also. Let me rename the package name. It should be com.cartapp.model. Next is we need to create a controller. From the controller, we are going to communicate to the product service. I am not going to add service layers. The idea over here is we are just going to see how the services are going to communicate between each other. So let me start by creating the controller. The package name is com.cartapp.controllers. Class name is cart controller. Annotated with @RestController, @request mapping. Because we are dealing with cart, let us have the URI as /cart-service. Now, let us identify the methods that we want in the cart controller. I am going to have three methods. One is add many to cart, add one to cart, and view cart. In add many to cart, based on a particular category and brand, I want to add the items to the cart. In add one to cart, based on the ID, I want to add one product to the cart. In view cart, I just want to view the items that are added to the cart. So, think of a scenario in a monolithic application. Whenever you are opening any e-commerce site, first you will be seeing the list of products. You will be seeing the products based on a particular category or brand or price. Then you will be choosing the products. Now, in this use case, I am trying to get the list of products by category and then filtering it by brand and then adding it to the cart. Here we don't have any UI, so I am trying to replicate how we do in a monolithic application. Let me first add the methods. These are the three methods. Let us also add the URI @getMapping /add many to cart /category /brand. Let me also add the path variable for category and brand. Okay. Similarly, for add one to cart, let us add @getMapping /product ID. And here also I will add the path variable. And for the last method, @getMapping view cart. Already you would have learnt in Spring, if you want to call one REST API from another REST API, you need to use the RestTemplate class. In microservices also, if you want to communicate from one microservice to another microservice in a synchronous manner, you need to use RestTemplate. So, we need to create an object of RestTemplate. Because this is Spring, we will create a Spring Bean. Let me go to the main class. Here, I need to use @bean annotation to create the RestTemplate object. Return new RestTemplate. Now in the cart controller, let us auto-wire RestTemplate. @autowired private RestTemplate. The next thing is we need to know the URI of the microservice with which we are communicating. So for that, we have to get the base URI. Let me add the base URI as private string base URI equal to the product service is running in port number 7081. So it is localhost colon 7081 / product service. Now based on the method called, we will append the appropriate URI. So for the first method, I will make a call to product service, get the list of products by category. After that, on that product list, I will filter them based on a particular brand. So for that, we need the URI again. Let me go to the product controller. Here we are having a method products by category. I will copy this. Coming back to cart controller, I need to create the proper URI. So it is string URI equal to the base URI. I need to append the one that I have copied. So the URL goes like this: http colon localhost colon 7081 / product service / products by category / plus this variable category, this one. Okay. The next one, using the REST template, I will call the appropriate method. So it is RestTemplate dot get for object. Get for object takes the first parameter as the URL, the second parameter as the return type. So in our case, in product controller, we are returning a list of products. So the class type is list.class. The return type of get for object is a list. So let me add list response equal to. Will this return a list of products? No. It is going to return a list of map. Whenever you are making a call from one REST API to another REST API or from one microservice to another microservice, when the list is getting returned, the converters doesn't know what is the appropriate type. So they will return a list of maps. In this case, it is going to be list of linked hash map. Instead of getting a list of product, I will be getting a list of linked hash map. You know what is a map? Map is a key value pair. The key here specifies the property of the model class. In our case, we are having product. The properties are product ID, name, brand, category, price. It is just the name. So the data type of the property is just a string. What about the value? The value is the value of the property. In our case, if you see, the value of product ID is of type integer. The value of name, brand, category is of type string. The value of price is of type double. So instead of going in for specific type, we can go in for the generic type as object. So the response that is coming from another microservice will be in the form of a list of linked hash map. I cannot send this list of linked hash map to another service. I want to convert it into a list of products. For that, we need to first iterate through this list. Let us start that now. I will use a for each linked hash map string object. Let me give the name as product map. Now, in the product map, I will pass the key to get the value. The key is nothing but the name of the property. So it is product ID. This returns the value of product ID. Here we are using object, but what I want is integer. So let me downcast it. Integer product ID equal to downcast it to integer. So I hope this part is clear. When you are using product map is a key value pair. The key is nothing but the property of product, and here it is string. The value is the value of the property. Here we cannot go in for specific type because we are having different data types. So I have given a generic class, that is object. And for every property you need to downcast it to the appropriate data type. In our case, we are having integer for product ID. Similarly, for name, product map dot get of name, the return type should be a string. Downcast it again. Now same way we can do it for brand and category. Let me modify this. The last one is price. Now I have got all the properties of one single product. So let me create a product object. Product equal to new product, product ID, name, brand, category and price. So once the product object is ready, we need to add it to a list of products. So let me create a list of product. List product. This is going to be my temporary list. So I am just giving it as temp list, new array list, and temp list dot add product. Why did I create it as a temp list? The reason being, once I have got the product list, now I want to filter the products based on a particular brand. First is we are communicating with the other microservice to get the list of products by a particular category. After that, after I have got the list, now I want to filter it based on a particular brand. So now I will write the logic for that. Let me use streams. Temp list dot stream dot filter prod. I am using lambda expressions. Prod dot get brand dot equals brand dot collect collectors dot toList. Now this is the logic and I need to return the temporary list. Okay. What about view cart? If you see, whatever items I have added to the cart over here, I want to show it in view cart method. How can I achieve that? Let me create one more list over here. List product list equal to new array list. And now in this case, and here also, product list equal to do the streaming, do the filtering of products based on a particular brand and convert it into a list. So last line also I will have return product list. In view cart, what we can do? Simply we can return the product list. So I hope this part is clear. You can see the product list from here itself, but my idea is I just want to see the list of products using view cart. Let us now proceed on to add one to cart. In this case, I just want to add only one item to the cart. So let us start with creating the URL. String URL equal to base URI plus, I will check in the product controller, it is product by ID. In cart controller, within double quotes, slash product by ID plus ID. The next line, RestTemplate dot get for object, pass the URL. This method is going to return only one product. So the return type is product only and the response type is product.class. Product equal to and return product. Now again, if someone wants to add only one product to the cart, they will call this method. When they call view cart method, they want to see the product that they have added. So here it is going to be only one product. I don't want to create another method for this. Instead, I will add it to the product list. So in this case, I can give product list dot add product. But remember, this is an instance variable, so you need to clear the list before adding the product. This method is also completed. So I hope this part is clear. We have got three methods. The first one is add many to cart, wherein this microservice is trying to connect to product service to get the list of products by category. Once the list is returned, it will not have the specific type product. It will be a list of map. You need to iterate through the list and convert it into the appropriate type. In our case, we need to have the list of product. We have done that. After that, I am doing some other functionality to get the list of products by a particular brand. That functionality I have achieved over here. Once this is done, I am adding the products to the product list. And when you call view cart, automatically the product list will be shown. The other method is add one to cart, wherein I am selecting only one product based on the ID. I am adding the product to the product list. Already there will be some products in the product list, so I am clearing it and adding only this particular product. and when you call view cart, automatically it will show the list. So this is about the cart controller. Next is we need the YAML file. I will copy the YAML file from the previous application. Now I will change the port number 7082. The application name is cart service. All set. Let us run the application. Select the main class. Run it as Spring Boot app. Now the application has started. Spring product app cart. It's running in port number 7082. Let me open the browser. Localhost 8761, the service registry. Here I have got both the services registered to Eureka service registry. Let me first open product service. I want only the products by category. So it is product service, products by category. Let us have laptops. So this is giving me the list of products by category, that is laptops. Now let us try the same thing for cart service. Let me click cart service. So it has to be cart-service. Add menu to cart / laptops / Lenovo. So I have got 2 laptops with the brand Lenovo. Let us check that out. I'll open product service IMPL. I'm having 4 laptops: Asus, Lenovo and Dell. So the whole list is coming to the cart service. There again we are filtering based on the brand Lenovo. So I need to get 2 laptops. Let me check that. So here we are getting 2 laptops. You can see that product by category usually returns 4 laptops. So more than this, I want to view the cart. So simply I can give view-cart. You can see that I have got both the products. Now similarly, we will try add one to cart /1. It's giving me the product with ID 1. Again we will go for view cart. I'm getting the same output. If I switch over, I should get a different output. Add menu to cart. Now instead of laptops, we will give TV / Samsung. I'm having only one. Let us check that also. I have got 2 TVs. One is Samsung and Sony. Because we have given the brand as Samsung, I am getting only one. Again we will check view cart. Now I am getting the TV. So I hope this part is clear. One more part is also left out. If you see in this cart controller, I am trying to connect to one microservice. I know that this microservice is running in port number 7081. It is not mandatory that it will always run in this particular port number. There are scenarios wherein if this particular port is down, we may switch over to some other port number also. In that scenario, is this the right approach? We should not give the port number directly when we are trying to connect to any other service. So what I will do is, I will comment this, and instead of giving the port number, we will give the application name. So we know that the application name is product-service / this is the starting point of my URL. I'll copy that. Okay. Whenever you are doing this, the REST template cannot identify the product service directly. I'll show you the error, then we will come and modify. I'll go back to the browser. Let me give add one to cart. It is giving me an error saying that it is not able to identify product service. So what should we do? In this scenario, when you are creating a REST template, you need to go in for load balanced REST template. Here we need to add @load balanced annotation. The idea over here is when one microservice wants to connect to another microservice, it will always go and check in the service registry. If you are having more than one instance of the same service running, then the service registry is responsible for identifying the appropriate port number and connecting to the service. So for that purpose, we are using @load balanced. Now it becomes the work of the service registry to get the appropriate service running in a proper port number and deliver it to cart service. Now again I am saving this. The application is getting relaunched. You can see it over here. Now we will go back to the browser. I will refresh. Wow, I got the output. In this way, the microservices communicate between each other. This is synchronous communication. Cart service is trying to connect to product service. Product service is returning the list immediately. If you want to go in for asynchronous communication, then you have to use messaging or streaming services like Kafka or RabbitMQ. That's all about this synchronous communication. Thank you.